Hello, everybody, and welcome to NASCAR.com GarageCam. It's Nationwide GarageCam, and our first one of 2014. Look at beautiful Daytona International Speedway. What a gorgeous sight as we give you a behind-the-scenes all-access tour of the NASCAR Nationwide Series Garage as we look at Matt Carter's car here and Chad Boat right here. People vying to make their way into the race here at Daytona. Hey, Chad, how you doing? You're live on NASCAR.com GarageCam, and it's a big opportunity for you. I know you're here testing and whatnot, but to make a race here at Daytona is quite huge.
Yeah, no, definitely. We can't say we made it yet, so we still got to qualify in on time tomorrow. But first practice went good. We only have one car, so we're just being real cautious. Not going to put ourselves in a situation, put ourselves in a bad spot.
How hard is that? Because you're used to, I've seen you race midgets and stuff, and you're wide open, but to come here and try to be cautious, but you got to go as fast as you can.
Exactly. It's tough. You just got to be smart about it. Put yourselves around guys that either I've raced with before or that you've seen race that that you can trust. So first practice went well, but we're just working through a couple of things. We're going to go ahead and run a little bit in the second session and see if we can't get a good suck up to figure out what exactly we need for qualifying tomorrow. But we're pretty confident about it.
All right, Chad Boat, thanks a lot for joining us at NASCAR.com GarageCam. You see his car right here. Beautifully prepared machine. Benny Mingo and the crew here hard at work on this 84 car. And you see the 80 car right here. Johnny Sauter. Look out for this ride right here. Johnny Sauter, someone who's very good at the draft, especially here at Daytona, the winner of the Truck Series event in February last year. Johnny Sauter. Man, we have a lot of ground to cover here on NASCAR.com GarageCam. The grinders are out here at Daytona. Crews are busy after the first practice for the Nationwide Series. Coming up for the second practice, a lot of things to show you. Willie Allen's car, Clay Greenfield, star of the Truck Series, running his Nationwide race, trying to make it into the show. Mike Wallace, new car, new paint this year, the number 28 car for Mike Wallace this year. Carl Long's car, well, there's Carl Long right there posing for some pictures. And let's bring you out here into the sunshine and give you a tour. I believe we had 46 cars or so take time today in the first practice, 45 cars. I believe 49.50 on the entry list. Unbelievable. And first practice saw Elliott Sadler at the top of the board, Matt Kenseth, then Kyle Busch. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was fourth on the board, and a big surprise, fifth on the board. Camping World Truck Series regular Ryan Sieg. So a lot of new faces, a lot of new paint schemes, and a lot to show you. If you're new to the chat room and you see Jeff Green's camouflage car right here, well, if you're watching live, hop to the right of this box that you see Jeff Green's car in and that you see Bobby Gerhardt, multiple-time ARCA winner here at Daytona, and get in the chat. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you want to see here on NASCAR.com GarageCam. A beautiful car right here, by the way, the BWP Bats entry number 17, Tanner Berryhill. Look at that car. It's got a big baseball on it. You got to love it. Matt D. Benedetto, the number 37, here this weekend. We got some garbage pails here blocking our way, so we got to go back out into the brightness here. Motor on around. Lots of cars to show you. Carlos Contreras, former Truck Series star. Number 15 car, Rick Ware-owned machine, and a fan favorite right there, Dale Earnhardt Jr., was fourth in the first practice. Of course, double duty. Here's his 88 TaxSlayer.com car. And here's a guy that we saw on GarageCam in November at Homestead. It's Corey LaJoie, man. You're not going to be holding your steering wheel in your hand this weekend. I know that's tough, but you're around here, walking around the garage area. What's new for Corey LaJoie? We're going to see you behind the wheel this year.
I don't know when we're going to see me behind the wheel. Yeah, we're just walking around, making sure my face is out there being seen, and trying to get some money put together so we can put another RPM Nationwide car on the racetrack.
So you got to sell it right here. We need money for Corey LaJoie.
Yeah, we need some money for Corey LaJoie, and if you want to be in victory lane, I'm the guy you hire.
That's right, because this guy, whenever he gets in a car, does put in victory lane. Corey LaJoie, son of NASCAR Nationwide Series former champ Randy LaJoie. Hard-working kid right there. is Corey LaJoy. Number 10 car here. Show you this beautiful car here of David Starr, the Texas driver. Louis D. Donato, you were the first person in the interactive chat. Thank you, Louis D. Donato. Lenny Whitehead, number 10. David Starr, that's your guy. Well, here is that number 10 car. Lots of sponsorship on board this machine. It's great to see. Sometimes this 10 car last year, seeing it very bare. So it's great to see some sponsors on board, especially for a big race here in Daytona, hopefully all season long. David Starr, one of the nice guys of our sport. Scott Lagacy back in the NASCAR Nationwide Series here in this number 29 car. One of the Robbie Benton entries. Jay White, Jason White. We saw his truck yesterday on Truck Series GarageCam. Remember the triple header here this weekend on NASCAR.com. On GarageCam tomorrow, we'll have Sprint Cup Series GarageCam, so make sure you watch this and then you write it down tomorrow. Sprint Cup Series GarageCam on NASCAR.com. The number 55 entry right here, Jamie Dick, the Viva Auto Group. Number 55, kind of a new look for the 55 this year. New paint scheme, kind of tricked out, kind of neat. Good to see. Some good guys working on this crew right here. And David Reagan taking over the helm of this number 98 Carroll Shelby Engine Company machine that we saw Kevin Swindell pilot in a number of races last year. And I'll tell you what, Swindell did a darn good job in this car, and I'm sure David Reagan will as well. The Harmonator, Mike Harmon. You see Mike Harmon right there, walking by his car on the cell phone. Mike Harmon. And there's Robbie Benton. Hi, Robbie Benton. Car owner going over to check on his team. Man, we still got a lot of real estate to cover, but we got our walking shoes going here on NASCAR Nationwide Series GarageCam. Chris Buescher right here, going to be driving the Roush Racing number 60. New look for this number 60. Going to be a little different trying to find it on the track, but it sure is a pretty cool look with the Ford EcoBoost colors on board. Everybody, welcome back to GarageCam Nationwide. Gotta love having Nationwide GarageCam back. One of my favorite things of every weekend here on NASCAR.com. You just never know what you're going to see on the show. Josh Wise is number 40 right over there, if we can get you a look at that right there. Harrison Rhodes right here with the Hoods Duck car. Take a look right here. Hey, what's up, Harrison Rhodes? You're live on NASCAR.com GarageCam here, streaming live from the garage, and got to be pretty pumped up here at Daytona. How was the first practice, and what are you looking for the second one?
We actually had some things we had to finish for the first practice, so we didn't get to go out. Right, okay. We're going out this next time. I've had a little bit of experience here. We tested here in January, and we came back with the number 24 Hoods Ducks Veco Plan Toyota, and we're ready to do some cool things. I think the race is going to be real great and kind of even the competition for us, so we can have a good finish. As
a driver, kind of biting your fingernails a little bit, though, because you couldn't be out there for that first practice. You know, track time and experience, of course, is a premium.
Yeah, definitely. I was in the car and ready to go, actually. I was pumped up, but they had some last-minute things, and we actually ran out of time. So
gotcha.
They're working hard. We're going to get it out there, and we're going to do some cool things.
All right, Harrison Rhodes, look out for him in this number 24 car here in Daytona. Qualifying. Oh, qualifying will be interesting for people like him, people like Josh Wise. New qualifying format here at Daytona and throughout the season. The NASCAR Nationwide Series going to be running multiple rounds of qualifying. It will be entertaining, folks. You might be confused a little bit the first week or two of the procedure, but I am telling you, it will be spectacular, and that's no PR line, especially out here tomorrow. If you get a chance to watch it, make sure you watch it. You could see guys like Robert Richardson here with this pretty cool corn board. Wow, that's cool. Corn board number 23. I kind of like the paint scheme, folks. What do you guys think? Let's see here. Thomas Nellert. Hi, Matt. It's wonderful that the season begins. Thomas from Berlin, Germany. Thomas, welcome to GarageCam, buddy. We like having our international flair here on the show. But getting back to qualifying, you want to talk about it interesting. You're going to have the first round of qualifying where you have all the cars on the track. Basically, you could go out there. It could be you might see 10 cars out there. You might see 40 cars out there. And they'll be under the clock. And then after that first round, 24 cars, the top 24. They'll have a 5-minute break. They'll take that top 24, and they'll narrow them down. And then a third round of qualifying with the top 12, I believe it is. Unbelievable. If I got that wrong, I think it's 10 or 12. I believe it's 12. Chuck Bush and I went over it right beforehand. It may be a little bit confusing at first, but I'm telling you, it's going to be spectacular. We've seen the multiple round qualifying system with the knockout kind of in Formula One, and it's one of the most spectacular things to watch there, and it's going to be no shortage of spectacular here in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Here's Joey Gase standing behind his car, getting ready for second practice here on NASCAR.com. Derek Cope 70 we just passed a little while ago. Jeffrey Earnhardt, this number 4 Flex Seal Chevrolet. We will see Jeffrey Earnhardt full-time this year, I was told, in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Jeffrey Earnhardt. Empty stall here. Oh, and guess what? We don't know who it is. Eric McClure, just spoke with Eric McClure a short time ago. I think Eric McClure is up in his holler, though, but just speaking right before GarageCam, we were walking in the garage, and Eric McClure running double duty. Has a number 35 machine over there in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. An underdog. It could be a Cinderella story if young Eric McClure can make his make the Daytona 500. Kind of an underdog story. So he said walking in that it would mean the world to him to make the Daytona 500. And he's concentrating on that, but he's also concentrating on getting some speed in this number 14 hefty Reynolds wrap ride. Let's cut through this part of the garage. Why? Because we can. The Sawzalls are out. That's everything here in Daytona. Always adjusting. Aerodynamics so important. Putting on some new side skirts on the bottom of the side of that machine. Also doing the same here on the Johnny Davis entry, the 01, piloted by Landon Castle this year. I believe we saw Brennan Gaughan's car off to the side getting some body work done. The Bondo, the Sanders out, the powder flying everywhere. See that a lot here in Daytona. Blake Cook's car. Very interesting paint scheme here. We'll check out this scheme here on this beautifully prepared car, the number 44. And actually, there is Blake in this Toyota Camry. Good to see Blake Cook with a ride here in this number 44 team. And there's Blake Cook. What's up, Blake? How you doing?
What's happening?
Big opportunity for you this year here in the Nationwide Series and running here at Daytona. And you have one heck of a really cool car, I got to tell you.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. You know, I met with Mark Burnett and Roma Downey in the offseason when I got to see the movie for the first time, and I wanted to help promote it. And we came up with this idea to have this car at Daytona. The movie comes out February 28th, which is next weekend. And I'll be in Phoenix, so I'm going to go see it in Phoenix. So I encourage everybody else to go see it, too. And we're also doing a contest, too. If you go to racingforsonofgod.com, I personally am providing guest pass to Talladega. So
okay, cool.
I'm one of my fans. I love how interactive my fans are on Twitter and social media.
And where can they follow you on Twitter?
Okay, well, Blake Cook Racing, at Blake Cook Racing. So for being involved and interacting on my social media, I like to reward people. I think a paid-for trip to Talladega would be something special to me and to my fans. So go to racingforsonofgod.com and register now.
And Lenny Whitehead, one of our fans, chiming in on the message board here, telling you good luck. And what are you expecting here out of this 44 ride? And I know qualifying will be very interesting.
Yeah, we just had a competition meeting about our qualifying procedure. For our team, the 10 car is not locked in the race, so we're really going to do whatever we can to make sure our 10 car gets locked in. You know, we're going to do a lot of teamwork in the race, in qualifying, but when it comes to the race, we all want to win. So I expect to leave here with a win. I mean, that's what I'm going for. That's what this 44 team's here to do, and also to get Son of God movie in front of as many people as possible. I think no better way than winning the race.
Got it. Blake Cook, thanks for joining us on GarageCam. We appreciate it. Here's that number 44 machine again. And then driver Ryan Reed. If you look at the Twitter handle up above the door, at driver Ryan Reed, Drive to Stop Diabetes, of course, on board this number 16 car. Full-time entry this year for Roush Fenway Racing in the number 16. And we are halfway in GarageCam and making great time. I can't believe we might actually be able to show you all 40, 48, whatever cars it is. It's a lot of cars here in the Nationwide Garage and a lot of excitement here building, of course, for the race on Saturday night and for this qualifying. That's what everybody seems to be talking about right here. Mike Bliss, this number 19 ride right here. I believe it was Luis D. Donato. You wanted to see this ride right here. A little pink on board the Florida Lottery sponsored Danica Patrick entry. Turner Scott Motorsports right here, the number 30. Deal coming together kind of late to have her running in the Nationwide race here. Always great to have experience here at Daytona. Danica Patrick, of course, wheeling her GoDaddy Tony Stewart owned Stewart Haas Racing number 10 in the Sprint Cup Series, but Danica Patrick getting a lot of seat time, and that's important here, especially when you only have a few races under your belt here at Daytona. James Busher. You saw Chris Busher. Well, this is James Busher, of course, the former Truck Series champion. The number 99 entry here for Robbie Benton Racing. We'll be seeing him a lot this year. Very talented young race car driver making a full-time effort. Dakota Armstrong, the number 43. This is the car that last year, of course, was piloted by Michael Annett. Michael Annett moving on into the Cup Series, running for Tommy Baldwin Racing. But Armstrong will be filling the seat of this Richard Petty-owned number 43 machine. Winfield on board. See if we can get him. Here's the number 43 car right here. And there's Dakota Armstrong talking in the back of the car here. See if we can get a word in here. He's speaking with his crew chief. And there's Kevin Mooney. He's back. Part-timer. Dakota. Nope. Dakota looking at some scoring sheets right there. We'll show you over here because the number 9 car has been making a lot of headlines, of course, this week. Chase Elliott and the number 9 Napa Chevrolet. And there is Dakota Armstrong. How you doing, bud?
What's going on? Good.
Great opportunity for you this year.
Yeah,
of course,
very
driving for the King here at Daytona. When you're a kid, you ever thought you'd be racing at Daytona for the King?
Not for the King. When I first got into the stock car deal, I didn't even think I'd go to Daytona. I thought I'd just do a lot of local track stuff. And when I finally got to come here in the ARCA series, it was like, it's wow. It's a moment you pull in. You're here with the Cup guys. They're practicing. So this has all been surreal to actually keep moving up the ladder from trucks to Nationwide. And now that we're racing with the number 43 on the side for the King, it's just a great opportunity. Really happy that Winfield's gonna be a part of this, and Fresh from Florida's helping us out as well. So we're just excited. We're ready to get this deal going, and so far so good.
So far so good. You got another practice here, and of course qualifying should be super interesting too.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Our practice went pretty good. So a lot of strategies gonna play out in this qualifying. We'll see how it goes. I think we know what we're gonna do, but I'm sure there'll be a few curveballs. We'll have to see what happens. So we're excited for it.
All right, thank you, Dakota Armstrong here, this Winfield number 43. And we were talking here about the number 9, and here is Chase Elliott right here. What's up, Chase? How you doing, man?
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, hey, what's up, bud? Sorry.
Yeah, doing good.
First practice under. You like it? It's kind of, you can pet it if you want. First practice underway for you guys already. What have you learned, and what do you think going into the second practice? And of course, a very entertaining qualifying procedure that we're going to try out for the first time.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, just try not to tear anything up. We just want to get through practice. Going to make a couple more single car runs and probably be done. So I think our other 2 teammates are done for the day. So we just want to make a couple changes. Had a couple radio problems that last. So I want to make sure we got that out of it and go from there.
comfort level getting greater and greater with each time you're in the car? In
Yeah,
Daytona, I know you tested with your dad when we were here in January, but it's got to be a little bit more comfortable each time.
Yeah, it is, and each time you go out, it's this whole group trying to get used to everybody, and they're trying to get used to me, so this is a good race to start on. It's not a track that you really have to there's not a lot of feedback going back and forth, not a lot of changes being made, so this is a good weekend to start things off.
You got it, Chase Elliott. Thanks for joining us on NASCAR.com GarageCam. And here is that Napa number 9 Chevrolet SS. Beautiful Camaro. Look at the front nose of this machine right here. Chase Elliott making a lot of headlines. You see Dustin Long right here even taking a picture to put on Twitter, and some photographers right here getting it done. Brian Chobat. 10 minutes to go on GarageCam. Bright sunshine right now. Oh, man, it's that Florida weather that we know and love right now on NASCAR.com GarageCam. And here was maybe the surprise of the first practice session right here. The number 39 bunch. Ryan Sieg. They're working on this machine right now. Crew underneath the hood of that machine, the ECR representatives checking some stuff out. Making some changes, actually. Wonder if they swapped motors. That's what it might. It looks like they put a new power plant in this thing, putting the lower hose from the radiator on right now. But the 39, what a great moment for that team here in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Top 5 in first practice in Daytona. That's got to open some people's eyes. Speaking of opening some people's eyes, here's Kyle Larson, who's done a lot of that over the last year or so here in NASCAR. Kyle Larson's number 42 machine, the Axe body spray, or Axe Peace Axe. I forgot what it is. I saw the commercial and it looks pretty snazzy. And speaking of looking snazzy, look at this number 2 car driver right here. It's Brian Scott climbing in, fresh off a tropical honeymoon and a wedding.
I look tan.
He looks sort of tan. Life is good, isn't it, Brian Scott?
Good enough.
Good enough. He's climbing into the Shore Lodge car and getting ready for the second practice. How was the first one for you, buddy?
It's good. Go out there and try to do a little bit more drafting. See if we can figure out what we're going to have in the race and for qualifying.
All right, Brian Scott right here, the number 2 Shore Lodge car here, the Camaro. And there is the number 20, Matt Kenseth. A great run for this number 20 team in practice today as well. T-Bain, Trevor Bain, Avocare on board this year full-time for the number 6 Trevor Bain Roush Racing car. Just showing some footage right here. Team Canada, the Team Canada ladies winning over Team USA in the Olympics. Team USA Olympic team, the ladies, man, they sure put up one heck of a fight. Sad to see them lose in overtime, but a great contest right there. Everybody paying attention to the Olympics, and it's not a bad thing. Daytona is the first priority, and we're all pumped to start the season, but everybody, when the races are over and stuff, in the coach slot or at the hotels, everybody's watching hockey and watching all the different sports, even curling. Dylan Kwasniewski, the number 31, right here, Rockstar Energy machine, Turner Scott. Dylan K having a really good practice as well. And a matter of fact, he wasn't on the top of the speed chart, but if you look at the 10-lap averages, the best 10-lap averages, the car that was on top was the number 31 car right here. This is the car that was on top of practice itself. Sloth Fingers, you want to see the fastest car out there? Yes, that is. That's Elliott Sadler's One Main Financial Toyota, the Joe Gibbs Racing entry. We'll skip on by here and show you some of the body work done on the number 62 car of Brennan Gaughan. You see all that right there. We saw a lot of sanding and a lot of dusting before practice. There's Morgan Hollers, PR. And there is Brennan Gaughan climbing into his car, getting strapped in, putting the earplugs in. Maybe we get a chance to say hello to Brennan here before he puts that helmet on. Brennan Gaughan here sitting in the number 62 car. I saw a lot of dust and stuff going on over there. Tell us what's going on.
A little bit of Bondo being slung on this thing. You know, tell you what, RCR Fab Shop, we got a couple guys. Jay's here with us, Ronnie's with us. Ronnie's in his white shirt slinging Bondo, but them boys are bad to the bone, let me tell you. That thing's smooth as a baby's butt already again. We'll do a little more work after this practice to, fluff and buff it right. But
you look a lot smoother than we saw you in testing when you were rocking the stash. But
I'm sorry, no more stash. Sorry, folks.
So how exciting or nerve-wracking is it maybe going into this first qualifying deal? I know you don't have the pressure because you are locked in, but it's a new procedure and it's going to be pretty darn exciting.
It's fun. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun for the fans. It's going to be fun for all of us to try. And you're going to see some weird stuff happen, like how we get in line.
Yep.
And you'll see a lot of people screwing up, and you'll see a lot of people having some fun with it. And I'm just going to take it like what it is. Great business move on NASCAR's part.
Oh, yeah.
Sponsors going to get value for their qualifying deal, and we're going to go out there and put our show on for the fans.
All right, if anybody's going to put a show on, it's going to be Brandon Gaughan, this number 62 South Point Chevrolet. Always putting on a show, even outside of the race car. Very personable man. Regan Smith, the number 7 Ragu. Little spaghetti sauce. Is that you, Bob, right there? Is that you? Is that you in Italy?
I have that hat in my hand. I like the row.
You like the row?
Yep. But Ragu, nice to see them back for Regan Smith. But the problem is right now they're having to change that engine, which is not a good thing.
Not a good thing for Regan Smith.
But they found something in their post-inspection of the engine after last practice. And thankfully, as Pemberton told me, they found it then because at least they'll be ready for tomorrow and practicing once again.
All right, that report from Bob Dillner, Fox Sports 1. Make sure you check it out. They've had some great coverage this week. And there is the Kyle Busch machine, Rowdy Busch, the number 54. We got some cars already going out, but guess what? We told you we're going to show you everybody. All right, there is the 3 car. And no, it's not Austin Dillon this year. Ty Dillon pulling out onto the track, first person on the track to roll out for practice, the second practice for the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Over here, Brad Keselowski pulling double duty, the number 22 machine. Keselowski in the hauler meeting with the team right now. As we motor down this garage, see what drivers we could see, maybe see if we could stick our head in and talk to somebody else. We are inside the garage area here in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. We need a cough button. That was our cough button, folks. You heard that silence? We have so much fun here at NASCAR.com. We're actually all just laughing because we needed a 3-second cough break. Good stuff. And inspection going on here. The inspectors here in the 42 pit, talking some things over here with Kyle Larson's machine. They're rewrapping the side skirts on this number 42 car. They had to change the side skirts, of course. All the vinyl is out, and they're hard at work. You see all that vinyl right there? Wrapping the side of this thing so it looks good. It looks like the engine change is complete over on the Ryan Sieg machine. Pouring some oil in it as we speak. The number 20 car right here. Steve D'Souza, head of the NASCAR Nationwide Series organization for Joe Gibbs Racing, in the black shirt right there, discussing some things with the team as they prepare for practice session number 2 with Matt Kenseth aboard this car. Jay White over here, enjoying a bologna burger or something. You know what? Jay White caught with his mouth full. This is great. Okay, tell the fans here what we're doing here. You got a bologna burger, or what do you got here?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Oh, that's a good thing.
Just
Is this your pitch for a sponsorship for Chick-fil-A?
Absolutely. Whenever they ran the truck, didn't have time. This guy had a bunch of sandwiches. Like, hey man, grab me a sandwich. And he gave me one. So I'm over here, ready to go out to practice. See
Well,
how
you
it
could
goes.
be like Mad Marion McDonald. Have you ever heard of Mad Marion McDonald?
No.
Back in the day in the beach course, he came into pit, grabbed a cheeseburger from his crew, and made the north turn sliding through the sand while eating a cheeseburger.
Well, I'm gonna try that. I don't think NASCAR would like that too much. That'd be like carrying my phone in the car or something. I don't know.
All right, JY, you have a good day, man.
All right,
Finish
buddy.
that sandwich.
Hey, man, thank you, buddy.
All right. Oh, we have too much fun on GarageCam. And we are back. We only have about 30 seconds to go. We're doing our best to see if we can see if there's any other driver that we could say hello to here on GarageCam before we say goodbye to you here on NASCAR.com. Looking to see if Dylan Kay or any of the other boys are out near their trailer. Some people choosing to sit out this second session. People getting a lot of practice in that first session. Everybody kind of on pins and needles as to what is going to go on here for this second session. Their cars are a premium here. You don't want to go out there and make a mistake. We saw it in Cup practice yesterday. A lot of destruction. The Swan Racing machines, 2 cars tore up. One of them into the fence. We see Brian Vickers with a hard crash. You don't want to go to a backup car and put your team behind the 8 ball, especially in the Nationwide Series where a lot of people have to race their way in qualifying. So many cars here and not everybody is locked in. You see up there Danny Stockman, the RCR people up there. On top of the number 62 rig for the 3 team and the 62 team. Look out for RCR. They'll have a strong contingent here in the NASCAR Nationwide Series once again, off the heels of their championship effort. And you know what? We're going to talk to one last person to close out GarageCam. I know we have to say goodnight and put out the lights, but guess what? Here's a guy last year that battled Austin Dillon for the championship, and it's Sam Hornish Jr. How's it going, Sam? Good to see you.
Well, good to be here. How are you doing?
I mean, we'd rather see you, of course, behind the wheel of something right now, but signing on a great deal this year. I know you're going to be, you've got to be excited to run with Joe Gibbs and their organization.
Yeah, really good to be able to get my foot in the door and to be over here sharing the duties on the Monster Energy car with Kyle. And, you know, great people and great sponsor. And just looking forward to getting out there and getting started. And, you know, it's May seems like a long ways away to me yet, but it'll go by really quick. And you know, with the birth of our son, you know, and be able to be home and to help Crystal out through the off season. You know, sometimes you don't always get what you want, you know, as far as being out here full time, but I think that the whole thing really worked out the way that it needed to be able to take care of my responsibilities to my family and to still be able to do what I want to do and what my, you know, guilty pleasure of, you know, wanting to go out and race cars.
Because racing will always be here for you.
Well, I'm getting a little bit more gray hair than I used to
I don't
have.
know.
You know?
That's not
I
that
gotta
bad.
keep it short so that, you know, they don't stand out as much.
So you are looking forward to May. First race is?
Talladega's the first race, so it's another important thing with the new way that they're running the qualifying here for me to come down and see how this works, as well as, you know, a lot of the other places that we're going to be going to, because there's still a lot of unknowns as far as how this is all going to play out, what's going to be the best scenarios as far as, you know, giving yourself that opportunity to start up towards the front of the pack. And yeah, it might not be as important here, but when you get to a place like Bristol, you know, and getting a good run throughout your little qualifying session to be able to put yourself up front and get a great, you know, starting spot and pit position, there's a lot of things that are new and changing with the series.
Well, hey, you know what? It is the end of our show. Why don't we have Sam Hornish close us out here on NASCAR.com GarageCam? Give us a sign-off.
All right, this is Sam Hornish Jr. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
You got it. Sam Hornish here, the number 54 car he'll be piloting, and this is GarageCam. And I'm your host, Matthew Dillner, and until next time, as we see Richard Childress here, we'll see you at the races.